Let me see if I can watch my live again. Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be stitching another embroidery pattern I created for my stitching club on Patreon, and this is going to be wild flowers like this, or you can call it as folk flowers. They really look like some Petrokivka design or something like that. These are just flowers that I draw from my head, and so we will be stitching it today, and it's going to be really simple design. It's going to be just a satin stitch. It's a beginner friendly pattern, so anyone can do it. Hi everyone who is joining right now. Give this live stream a like so more people could join and see this. Good afternoon, Vicky, Paula. Привіт, Artem. um, so yeah, let's start. If you're new here, this is a stitch along I run for my patrons, for my stitching, for the members of my stitching club. I designed 8 different designs for Easter eggs. You can see all of them in front of me. These are eggs in progress. These are new eggs actually. I already stitched a lot of eggs and they are currently in Fredericton on some display. So and I will be also selling those eggs on the Ukrainian Easter market this weekend, so to raise some funds for Ukraine. So yeah, these are eggs in progress, and once I finish this embroidery I will also make an egg from this, and this is how it's gonna look like in progress. This is the part that I will cover with the lace, and it's gonna look like this. This is the finished look of the egg that I'm making, and you can also hang it on the tree if you want. I will be hanging them on my cherry blossom tree I have in my studio, and this is how they look like. This is a really fun and interesting project, so if you want to join the stitch along and get access to this pattern, check the link in the video description below. And if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Instagram, just message me Easter eggs or leave a comment with Easter eggs code, and I will send you the invitation for the stitch along so you can join and download the pattern and stitch along with us. Hi Helen, what have you used for the egg shape? I used foam plastic eggs that I ordered on Amazon. You can find the link for those eggs in the video description on YouTube if you watch it on YouTube, and there will be all the links for the materials that I use and everything you need for this project in the PDF pattern, so you can buy it online and stitch it at home from the comfort of your home. Hi Christina. So for this flower, I'm planning to use 2 multicolored threads like this. This is DMC 4190, and I'm gonna mix it also with this color. Let me focus my camera. Okay, it's number 4180. And probably I will use some beads. So I took some beads. I'll just I'm thinking about it. What do you guys think? I think I will use some beads. They look really gorgeous with embroidery. So let's see how it turned out. So I already stitched those smaller flowers over here, and this is just one skein of floss. So this is 41.90, and the color changes itself, and it gives me like a fun, really beautiful color transitions for the flower, and I really love it. So I don't know, let me know, guys, if you like it. You can use different plain colors if you want, if you don't like multicolored, but this is one of the ways how you can use multicolored threads and incorporate it in the project. So I will place my project into the hoop stand and I will start stitching. So I use 3 strands of floss. I will start from 41.90, and then for this bigger flower I'm planning to switch to the lighter color a little bit later. So central part is going to be just like this, but everything around this central part is going to be light pink. Let me know how are you guys doing, what the weather looks like in your area. We have still snow in Canada. It's still snowing and snowing, and I don't know when we will have a real spring, but probably not today. So I will start, I will stitch all these petals which are in the center, these ones with a darker multicolored threads, and it's going to be a satin stitch. Vicky says, so pretty, I like working with varied threads. Yeah, me too. And also Vicky says that it's snowing today. I know that it's snowing in Toronto as well. So yeah. So for the satin stitch, it's important to keep in mind the right stitch direction. And I recommend you to use palette friction gel pen just to mark the right stitch direction for yourself. You can do it like this. I provide those stitch directions in my PDF pattern, so you will have it. And you can transfer the pattern and stitch directions together when you will be just preparing for stitching. So usually I don't need it, but for you I made those directions because it's important for a satin stitch to keep the right stitch direction. And I will start from this petal on the left. If you want, you can outline those petals. As you can see, I already give the shape of the satin stitch. It's pretty nice without outlining, so I just go without outlining, but if you want, you can outline it first. I will show you later how I usually do the outline part. If you want, let me know if you need me to show it. I really love how this thread is changing the color. This one is changing the color not very fast, but not very slow. As you can see, I made a few stitches with the orange and pink, and it's already turned into the light pink. So this makes this flower look interesting, and each petal will look differently. Let me know if you like satin stitch. I know that satin stitch can be difficult for some beginners, but it just takes practice. With more practice, you will get your stitches better and better. It's completely fine if you didn't get your stitches right from the first time. It happens all the time, so no worries, just keep practicing. So now I will switch to another petal. Oops. This weekend I will have a few local markets that I'm taking apart. So on Saturday I will go to the Irish Town market. This is a local market before like Easter. It's probably going to be Easter decorated, and it's going to be really interesting to take a part in it. I will bring my embroidery kits. I will print some patterns. I will probably make some stick and stitch bags with those little designs. And I will also bring my already embroidered Easter eggs for sale. Let's see if I will sell some eggs. And yeah, it should be fun. And on Sunday, I will go to the Ukrainian Easter market, and it should be much more interesting and fun. Ukrainians usually do a concert, and it's going to be very, very loud, probably, but very interesting. There will be a lot of Ukrainian food on the market. I posted the links to those events on Facebook if you're following me on Facebook, so you could see all those events if you want to take to come over and say hi. I will also have embroidery kits for those Easter eggs. So definitely come over and maybe grab a few embroidery kits so you could make them at home. Let me know, guys, where are you from? Because I'm from Moncton, it's New Brunswick, Canada. Yesterday I went for a walk and I was looking for some spring flowers, and all I was able to find is just a bit of crocuses, and that's it. Nothing is blooming here. It's spring is not yet started, and it's still snowing. Oh, we have somebody from United States. Can I use acrylic yarn for the punch needle? I don't know. I don't do punch needle. I'm not sure. I cannot answer these questions. Sorry. But I can answer any questions regarding embroidery, like this kind of embroidery that I do. So if you have any questions, just ask me and I will reply during this live stream. So yeah, this weekend is going to be very fun, let's say. I can't wait. I already had 3 workshops for those Easter eggs. like 3 workshops in a row every weekend, but it was hard, but it was very fun and interesting meeting different local people and teaching them hand embroidery. They did hand embroidery. Most of them did it first time. Do you teach the basics of embroidery? I can cross stitch. Yes, I teach the basics. You can take a look on my YouTube channel. I have a lot of PDF patterns for beginners on my Etsy shop, so and for most of them video tutorials are included. So yeah, and this pattern also is beginner friendly. As you can see, it's just a satin stitch. You just feel the shape of this part. You come up on one side and you go down on another side, and that's how you do it. We have it's kind of same thing as embroidery, and some people use it for names. I'm from Eritrea, near to Sudan or near Ethiopia. Okay. Yeah, I know what a sponge needle is, but I never did it, so I don't know specific of this kind of craft. I just do hand embroidery like this. This is traditional hand embroidery. It's also called surface hand embroidery. Or it can be the high level of this embroidery called thread painting or needle painting. So it depends. Gina has a question. It's helpful to watch you stitch. Are all 3 flowers TMC 4190 or some petals 4180? All those flowers that I already finished, it's 4190. It's just one skein of floss. As you can see, it gives us different shades: orange, dark pink, light pink. I really love this color combination for flowers. So yeah, this is just 49 or 4190. It's just one skein of floss and it gives us really nice effect, as you can see. And I use 3 strands of floss. Anna said, I tried punch needle and I couldn't understand how to make it work. Me too. Yeah, I tried it. Maybe it was some wrong punch needle tool that I used, or I did it in the wrong way. And in general, I didn't like how it turns out because I don't know, I don't feel like the thread is secured, and once you pull, it will just everything will be destroyed. But with hand embroidery, it's different, and you have a really neat backside, and you can actually embroider anything you want, any picture you want, like this one. I draw it with my it's like it was my freehand drawing, and I bring it to life with needle and thread on the fabric. So you can use those designs to embroider something on your clothing, and you will never probably make embroidery with a punch needle on the pocket of your shirt, right? Do you have a video about what tools I need to do embroidery? Yes, most of my stitch alongs, they start with a video what you need for this project, so you can take a look on those videos. Basically, for each embroidery project I use the same tools. And I also, in my PDF pattern that goes with this stitch along, I provide the full list of materials that you need for hand embroidery with the links where you can get them. So feel free to buy any of my embroidery patterns for beginners, and you will have all the information you need to start embroidering. And if you will have any questions, you can ask me, like contact me on Instagram or email, and I will help you out if you will have any questions. So don't worry, you will have all those information. I provide a lot of information usually in my PDF patterns. I'm excited to watch your videos. Oh, that's nice. So here we go. I finished the central pattern petals with this color, and I will switch to another color. I want the petals around to be lighter and more pink, so I will use this color. It's number 4180. Hi Gina, hello from Minnesota, United States. Hi, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming to my live stream. So I'll just cut. So all six, like for beginners, if you're here, you want to know about embroidery threads. So they come with 6 strands twisted together. So I usually just cut the amount of threads that I need. It's usually from my fingers to my elbow, plus a little bit for the tail. And I usually split those 6 strands one by one like this. I let it to unwind so they are not twisted anymore, and one by one I select the amount of floss that I need, and only then I will put them together, and it will give me the best satin stitch result because they are not twisted anymore. Sometimes we use all 6 strands together, sometimes we use only 2 strands. It depends on which kind of stitch we are doing right now. So right now I just prefer to use 3 strands. And I'm also stitching on the cotton fabric. This is 100% cotton. I like brands like Kona Cotton, or you can choose anything else similar to this in the quilting shops. It can be also linen or cotton linen blend, anything that it's not stretching. And embroidery needles I usually with a big eye and a sharp point. I use a DMC and embroidery needle set. Where is this? Probably not here. But yeah, it's better to have different sizes of the needles so you can switch between those needles depending on how many threads you are using right now. So it's better to have just all set of needles. Okay, so this is also going to be a satin stitch, and the direction of the stitches should go like this. So I will stitch those 2 petals, and then I will switch to all the rest petals. And I often like to start without a knot. You can have a knot on the back side if it's okay for you, or you can start stitching without a knot like I will show you right now. So I like to do a little bit of running stitches here. And now we'll split them from the top, and I will do it again from another side. So now it's nice and flat. You don't have any knots on the back side, so that's my favorite way how to start stitching. And also you can help yourself with laying the thread like this. So you just make sure that you will follow the right stitch direction. I like to start from the top of the leaf, or if it's a petal, from the very top, and then I feel all the rest on the right and on the left. Let's see how the petals will look like if it's going to be just two shades of pink. It's gonna be just light pink and dark pink. If you like getting not very even um, outline of this, the shape of this satin stitch, if you don't like it, you can always fix it with outline. When you finish, you can outline it all with some color. I usually use just one strand of floss, so if you want, you can decorate your satin stitch with just another color of the thread. I usually use just another color, and I think it's gonna look gorgeous if you use some metallic threads. It can be golden threads, yeah. But the flower is really small. If you want, you can add some golden threads. It's gonna look really nice. Try to keep it simple, just satin stitch, nothing fancy, so beginners would do it without any issues. So I see that the color of the thread is changing and it becomes really light pink. So I would prefer to first finish this petal, and then when it changes to the darker pink, I will return to this petal and I will stitch it. So let's see. I will come up here and I will see how many threads do I have. So it's gonna change to the light pink, see? But the part with the darker pink is bigger. So I will just make a few stitches here for this petal, and then when the color will return to the darker pink, I will return to that other petal so they look symmetric and they look darker. I will not do it for all the rest petals, but I just want to do it for those two petals so they look like the same, symmetrical. I really love this color for the roses. It's just perfect. See, the color is changing, so I can switch to another petal like this. We have a question. I love this embroidery pattern. Thank you so much. How many years have you been embroidering? I've been embroidering for 8 years in this style of hand embroidery. So I'm doing it since 2017. And previously I was cross stitching for many years as well. So I know how to embroider from as long I remember myself because my grandma taught me the basics of hand embroidery and I started learning it from a little age, like 6 years or something like that. So because in Ukraine, like everyone, it looks like everyone was embroidering because my the house of my grandma, it looked like some embroidery museum because she had a lot of big embroidered pictures on the walls. Um, uh, she had embroidered uh, curtains and blankets and pillowcases, like everything was embroidered and it was really beautiful. You were like literally in some museum. So I thought that everyone was embroidering, so it was like a normal for me. So I liked to play with her the skeins of embroidery threads. So she probably noticed that I'm interested into embroidery and she started showing me some basic stitches like satin stitch, stem stitch. So the basic I learned from her. And then when I was looking for some hobby after my work to relax, I started looking for some videos online about hand embroidery, and that's how I learned most of the stitches that I know right now and most of the techniques. So everything I learned later was from YouTube and Instagram. Anna says that my mom embroidered, but she is gone now. Um, yeah, if you have some projects that she started, you can continue stitching them and in honor of her memories, you can finish those projects and I will help you. You can watch my videos and ask me questions and you can learn it from me. And you can pass those knowledge to your daughters and granddaughters because this is how usually we learned to embroider. There was no YouTube before, right? We were learning it from our grandmas and moms. So now I will just go around those central pattern petals and I will feel the petals that are left and the direction of your stitches. It should go from the outside of the petal, so from the edge of the petal into the center of the flower. So visually you see where is the center of the flower located. It's like approximately here, and all the petals, they should go into the center of the flower. That's how you can make them look natural and nice. See? They don't go into the same direction like this. For those petals, they have wider and smaller spaces. Like, I don't know how to explain it in English because English is not my first language, but I will try. So see how the direction of the petals of the stitches should go for those petals. See, everything should go like inside, like into the center of the flower, like this. You can decorate the center of the flower with some beads or French knots. We will do it later because I feel like something is missing here, so I would like to add some details that will make this flower look more interesting, more realistic. And as you noticed, I like to come up on the edge outside like this. I go exactly through the line that I draw for my petals. I come up here and I like to put my needle down through the fabric here where the two sides of the satin stitch meet each other. And there is a reason why I do exactly this way, because if I would come up here from the top, I could accidentally split some threads from the previous layer, and I could accidentally pull them up from the back side, and it would like destroy those satin stitch, which already looks really nice. It happens sometimes, so I prefer to go from the top to the back if I go in such places like this. So it's more safe for me. So those satin stitch, it stays uh, neat and nice. I wanted to hear from the beginners what actually stops you from trying hand embroidery. Like, what exactly you don't understand, what exactly is hard to figure out, and what is stopping you from starting actually stitching and doing some projects. Is there something that you don't like or you don't understand? So if you have any questions, I will try to explain it here on this live stream and help you out. I really love how this color transition looks like. It looks like watercolor, you know, when you wash away the color and it goes from the darker or into the lighter. It's really, really nice. Very nice. Thank you so much. This thread is gorgeous and it's getting really nice. Thank you. This is DMC thread. It's a number 4180. It's a multicolored thread. I really love using those multicolored threads for different floral elements. And I like how it looks for lavender. I'm going to make a pattern for lupins. They also like go from one color to another, and I will try those threads for lupins and I will see how it's gonna look like. Those flowers, like lupin flowers, they are going to be blooming here in New Brunswick in May, and I can't wait to see it. Sorry, the sunflower, is it a magnet, right? Yes, it's a magnet. I have it on my Etsy shop, so if you want, you can get it. I usually like to attach it to my hoop like this, but it has two parts and you can attach it in between the fabric like this. It's really strong. You can keep like several needles in here so you don't lose your needles. And this is how it looks like. You can get it on my Etsy shop. The link in my profile. I ship it to other countries as well, not only Canada, but in the United States and other countries too. I have different designs for those needle minders. This is, it calls needle minder. So it's a really nice gift for your friends if they are stitching. So now I have a really short thread and I will finish my thread from the back side of my embroidery. So this is how it looks like. I have this long. Don't try to not leave like very short threads. You should have just a little bit to be able to finish your thread on the back side because I like to use a loop method. So I like to go under my stitches really close to the place where I just came up, and I slide between the stitches and fabric and I create a loop, and now I go through this loop and it makes a teeny knot like this. And now to hide the ends of this thread, I will make a long stitch if I have some place for this. So right now I have a lot of satin stitches around, so I just slide between the fabric and threads on the back side. I don't split the fabric, so nothing is going to be visible from the front side. And now I can cut it really, really close. And the thread is secured. You can use this method even if you're stitching on your clothing. And I will take some more threads because we will need some more to finish this petal and finish all those two petals. Hi everyone who is joining. Gina asked, can you please discuss the pencils that you use? Will the markings disappear with time or will you need to rinse them off? Great question. I use this pen every time. This is a heating erasable gel pen. It's a Pilot Friction heating erasable gel pen. And the ink disappears on heating, so you can just iron your embroidery from the back side after you finish, and all the lines will disappear. They are also great in terms of washing. If you are washing your embroidery, they will also disappear. But basically, I use it so I don't need to wash my embroidery or when I finish. So I really like this method. You can buy it on any shops. You can find it on Walmart, on shops like Staples. Okay, so I will start here. There are different other pencils like this, which are water erasable, but they don't it's not possible to make really sharp lines with those markers. They create very thick lines, so I don't really like those pencils, and I also don't like the fact that I will need to wash my embroideries. So I like to keep them dry and I like to frame them right away after I finished my embroidery. So those pens are great. I use them many years. I use them for 8 years and they always work really fine. They work great every time. If you want to add some more contrast, so you can outline all the petals with some darker color of pink, or you can outline with some golden embroidery thread, like one of the ideas. With those multicolored threads, like every petal, it looks like a separate petal, so it's not necessary to outline it. Unless you want to add some contrast. I will add one more stitch here because I see like something is missing. And yeah, this way it looks much better. So now I will switch to those two petals. It's really relaxing when you do like the same stitch over and over. Like this design is can be basically done with just satin stitch, so that's really relaxing if you already know how to do it, and it's repeatable, repetitive work, and very soothing and calming process. The sound of needle and thread is really relaxing. This flower looks like peony, you know? And this color is perfect for stitching peonies. The same way I stitched all the leaves. It's just a satin stitch. I just used two slightly different colors. For one half of the leaf it was a lighter green, and for another half of the leaf it was a darker green. If you want, you can add some stem stitch in the center, like to with a darker color to create more contrast, or you can leave it like it is. Um, Flowers and Sun is asking a question. What's your favorite stitch and name? I'm Christina. Oh, you're also Christina. I have Christina on YouTube as well. It's another Christina from Toronto. Um, what's my favorite stitch and name? Interesting question, because I like most of the stitches that I use. The satin stitch is one of the favorite ones because it's so calming and easy to do. I also like lazy daisy stitch because with lazy daisy stitch I can do leaves and flowers, and it's fun stitch to make. And I also like French knots to create flower buds, and the center, decorate the center of the flower with French knots. So yeah. One more petal left to stitch, and I will probably switch to some yellow color to decorate the center of the flower here, and I will show you the lazy daisy stitch. What is your favorite stitch name, Christina? Chain stitch is also fun to do if you want to create some um, decorative borders, or it can also create like knitted effect if you embroider some knitted elements. I need to make some video tutorial with all the basic stuff for beginners to refer them to this video all the time, to just one solid video with all the information, with most asked questions, right? Maybe in the future I will make such video like that, like ultimate guide for hand embroidery for beginners, when I walk you through all the materials you need and like how to prepare before starting a new project. If you like this idea, just let me know and maybe I will make such video like that. It will probably go with some free pattern that you can get and try your hand in hand embroidery. I think it's a really nice idea. Okay, so we have here a finished flower. I don't know, what do you think? Would you outline this flower or would you leave it like it is? For outline, you could use some darker color. Let's see which colors I have. Like I have this one. This may be a too dark. It can be also this one. So it could be like DMC 601 or DMC 602. One of those two colors could go as an outline. If you want to outline it and add some contrast, I would use only one strand of floss, and it would be a split stitch, something like that. Christina says, right now I'm brand new to embroidery. I do like the look of the French knot stitch. I'd outline it black. Thoughts? Yes, in black, it can look like a little bit cartoonish, but it would give a lot of contrast. So I saw that many artists they use black embroidery thread for outline, and it's a completely really normal way to outline. Yeah, I did a few projects with black outline. I don't have them right now because they are on the display on Fredericton, but yeah, it's a nice idea. I think you would like probably enlarge the size of this flower, so you would have like more colors, you know. I want to bring the focus back for this. Yeah, you could definitely outline it. Mm, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this color. Like in the skin, it may look too dark, but if you will just choose just one strand of it, and if you will use it as an outline, it would really work really nice. Like you could like imagine like that how it's gonna look like. Just place it on top of your embroidery and see how it looks like. So I think it looks really nice. If you want to outline, you can go ahead and do it. Let's try. I'll take just one strand of floss for this. If most of you are voting for outline, I would probably try it. And for this, I would switch to another needle. So the one that I used for 3 strands of floss is bigger. So for just one strand of floss, I would use just a smaller needle like this one. Let's try and see how the outline will look like. I'm not sure about the outline for the rest of the flowers. I like them the way they look like. I'll just see how this outline will work for the bigger flower. Maybe I will just outline the central petals, and I will leave all the outside petals like it is. So this is a split stitch. I split the stitch from the top. It's like back stitch, but every time I go back, I split the previous stitch. And this way I can create a solid line, because if it was just the back stitch, you could see those two separate stitches, like separate stitches and a little hole between them. So I recommend you to go with the split stitch. And I like to split it from the top, so I see exactly where I need to go with my needle. Okay, now let me know how it looks like and if you like it or not. So this is how it looks like. outline, I like to use the color from the same color family, you know. But black embroidery floss will also look really nice. But if you outline this flower, so you would need to outline all the rest elements, right? The leaves and stems, they should be also outlined, right? So all the composition would look consistent. And this is how it looks like. What do you think? Let's outline this petal too. Where the shape is curved, you need to make shorter stitches so you can keep this shape the way you want it to be. So that's how it looks like. I know maybe I should continue or not. I will probably leave it as it is for now. I will just think about it. And I will park my thread on side and I will think about it. Let me know in the chat and in the comments how you like it, if you like it or not. What would you do with your flower? I think I will just leave it as it is. Let it be, it's just outline for the central part and that's it. And I will just go and I will do some stitches for the central part of those flowers. I am thinking about placing a lazy daisy here with all 6 strands, so it's gonna look like big and it will give a texture. And I will probably use some yellow color. Let me see which color I would use. I will probably use this one. And in the center, I would place one bead from this color. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna do. So I will need all 6 strands, and for all 6 strands, I will probably need a bigger needle. Let's see. This should be bigger needle. So this is going to be a color 3078. And I will use it in just in 2 places. I don't know, maybe I will use it here, but I'm not sure. Maybe I will just place 3 or a few beads here in the center. Let's see how it's gonna look like. So for the lazy daisy, I will need to create this loop. I came up and I went back into the same place to create this loop. And now I come up here where I need to place this lazy daisy and go through this loop like this. And this is how it's gonna look like. I think it looks just perfect for this flower. I really love it. And I know I'm thinking about some beads for those berries, so I will just finish my thread on the back side, and then I will start in a thread here, because if I would jump from here to here, it would be just too long jump. I usually don't do such long jumps. I will just better finish the thread here, and I will start a thread here. Sorry. Okay, let's spin this thread. I forgot to tell you that on YouTube I have 25,000 of subscribers now, and it's already 6 years. It's like my YouTube channel birthday. It's 6 years since I started my YouTube channel, so I might probably celebrate it somehow. And to celebrate it, I start I will give you guys 50% off from my membership on Patreon. So if you wanted to learn hand embroidery, you can join my stitching club on Patreon. You can get a yearly membership with 50% off this month, and you can get access to a lot of embroidery patterns that I created for the last 6 years, because I created Patreon a few months later after I created YouTube channel. So I will be celebrating it, and you can join me and support me and maybe learn embroidery with me. If you always wanted to learn, it's your chance. I will be happy to have you in my community, and it's really fun to learn hand embroidery. Together we have a Discord chat where we share our progress. And yeah, I will be back to my project for a sampler guidebook, and I will be finishing all those samplers once I will finish this project. So it's gonna be a lot of interesting content coming on my YouTube channel. We will be making volumetric flowers for the sampler that I started. So now what I would do, so I would add some beads. Let's see how it looks like with those beads. And for those beads, I will need the smallest needle, the one that is possibly it's more comfortable to go through those beads. Let's see. You can use a regular embroidery needle, just a small one, or you can use special needles for beads. Let's see. I will find the smallest ones, probably this one. And I will use only one strand of floss. It's just a regular embroidery floss. It's gonna be orange, like this one. I will use number 742, and I will use just, you can use 2 strands of floss or 1. I will probably better use 2 strands of floss because this way is going to be stronger to keep the beads in place. Okay, let's come up. So I can plan where I can go with this thread. So I can start here and I can jump here, attach a few beads here, and then I attach one bead here, and then I can go here, here, and here, and I will finish probably here in the center of this flower. Let's start from this one. I will start with a loop method because I have a loop like this. Let's place a bead, one bead here, and see how it looks like. It can be also some white beads if you like. I think it looks nice. really love using beads for my projects. And yeah, this one, it was a really nice idea to add some beads here. I really love it. There are some special threads for beading, but I'm not gonna use them because these threads are synthetic and I don't want any synthetic threads here because if you do hand embroidery, you will probably need to do some ironing, or especially if you are using it on your clothing. You don't need any threads that can melt because synthetic threads, they can melt on heating. So I just try to be careful. Embroidery threads like DMC, they are really strong, so I feel pretty confident when I use them because I know that they are really strong and they will be in place. Maybe you know some threads for beading which are not synthetic, which are not melting. So if you know, let me know in the comments. I'm open to some recommendations. Maybe I will learn something new. Maybe there is someone who is doing beading professionally and we can learn something from you. So feel free to give us recommendation for some beading threads. Let's see, I will add just one bead here in the center. Let's see how it's gonna look like. I think it looks nice. It gives you like a finished look. So that's how my project looks like. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you would outline the rest of the flower. I will think about it. Maybe I will outline everything, or maybe I will use some lighter color. Maybe this color would work better for outline. I will play with this. And this is the result that I currently have. Let me know if you like it. Let me know how would you finish this embroidery. I will make embroidered egg with this design. I will probably stitch a few of them for sale for the market that I'm going to, and this is the finished result which my eggs will look like. This is how I will finish this embroidery as well. But if you like to embroider it on some clothing, feel free to use this pattern for everything else. You can embroider it on your shirt, on the pocket of your jeans, everywhere else. You can imagine this embroidery. You can use it for your needs. You can enlarge it. You can make it smaller if needed. I don't think that it should be smaller, but it is possible to make it bigger and embroider it and it's somewhere else, like on the pocket, like anything you can imagine. So if you like to create the egg like this, I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel in this playlist for this project. I have a big playlist with more than 8 videos already on YouTube, so you can take a look how I finish those eggs. I have a tutorial for that, so you can watch it and maybe make eggs like I do. Or yeah, let me know. Sorry. Let me know if you like it, my video tutorial. Give it a like, share it with your friends, leave me some comment. I will be happy to hear from you if you liked it or you have some suggestions or ideas. And if you want to get access to all of those embroidery designs that I created for this project, you can find the link in the video description below on YouTube, or just simply comment Easter eggs and I will send you the link with the pattern and how to get it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week, because this week I will be preparing for the market. I will be making a few more embroidery kits and stick and stitch bags with those designs. So, and I will be sharing the pictures and photos and videos about those markets on social media, so you will see too how it was. So yeah, I will see you next week, and we will be stitching pansies. Thank you, Gina, for coming. Thank you. This was a fun and helpful. I'm glad to hear it. And I hear from Brenda. I enjoyed watching your work today. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you so much, everyone, on the Instagram. Okay, I will go. See you next week. Bye, guys. Have a good night.